us now meet the starters for both teams. First, for the Commission on Elections Suffragettes. Let's start with our opposite hitter, number 1, Chanda Manlapit. Outside hitter, number 4, Javen Sapas. Another outside hitter, number 8, Dan Gendrauli. Setter and her team captain at number 9, Jane Yumang. Millwalker number 10, Sandy De Los Santos. Millwalker number 12, Ots Nocon. Starting in libero at number 2, Joanna Lopez. Head coach of the Suffragettes, Alan Yumang. Calling on the starters for the National Center for Mental Health Wellness Warriors. Let's start with our outside hitter, number 2, Maria Sanchez. Another outside hitter, number 5, Rizal Perez. Millwalker number 6, Portia Lim. Millwalker number 18, Mariales. Setter number 10, Yeye Ego. Opposite hitter and her team captain at number 15, Sandra Ajon. Starting libero at number 16, Chai Coro. Head coach of the Wellness Warriors, Arnaldo Dino.
And we are back to our set, game number 2. This is NCMH playing against COMELEC Suffragettes. And our starting lineup for COMELEC, we have Yumang, Gendrauli, De Los Santos, Nocon, Sabas, Manlapit, and Lopez as their libero. Meanwhile, for the NCMH Wellness Warriors, we have Costillas, Ajon, Flores, Miralles, Lim, Perez, and Coro. So it's gonna be an exciting matchup. And again, first meeting to 5 sets.
Oo, sabi nga natin, no, even if NCMH still has not gotten a win, they have managed to challenge, the teams that they went up against. Isa na doon yung COMELEC.
Yes, and this team is not going down without a fight indeed. And Coach Arnaldo Dino, sabi nga na learning experience for them, but he's actually looking forward for the next season. No?
Pero yan ang nakikita natin, like what we have mentioned, we are in the 3rd season. Most of the teams na pioneers dito sa UPL, nakita natin yung kanilang pag-angat year on year. And for NCMH, they are a new squad.
Yes, and this is their first year in the league. Last Wednesday, si Coach Arnold, yun yung mindset nila. They're gonna take everything, all the lessons here. If they're gonna get a win, then that's good also. But definitely, it's gonna be lessons for next season. Talagang, yun na yung thinking nila.
Forward-looking. Yes. Meanwhile, ang COMELEC siguro, nabunutan na ng tinik dahil tapos na ang...
Yes! Congratulations, of course, to our COMELEC team and sa lahat po na bumubuo ng COMELEC, starting with the commissioners. Congratulations for a successful election.
And all the other government branches that took part dun sa making sure na peaceful at saka orderly ang ating election. Yes. So siguro nakapractice na rin sila after, diba? Nakahinga na, sabi nila, ito na yung stress reliever natin.
Yes. But we see it tied at 2 points. Medyo familiar names, no? Medyo kilala natin itong mga teams na to. Now NCMH on the service line, Yumang serving Sabas. And that's gustong-gusto ni Jane yung combination na yun, no? With Javen and of course si Dan Gendrauli. Ito yung mga pangalang babanggitin natin ang paulit-ulit for the COMELEC.
At sila rin yung nakita natin kanina. Yes. Nagtatrabaho. Yan ang life nila outside of the court. Yun yung kanilang day-to-day.
Talaga, may sila, may appearance.
Oo, gusto ko yung reaction natin dalawa. Uy! Uy!
So, hindi sila, kumbaga, hindi dumb employee, no? Talaga, employee.
It is. For most talaga na nandito, no? They have their day jobs. Yes. And this they do out of passion talaga.
And I think stress reliever nga, as you mentioned.
Kahit stressful yung game, stress reliever. They like that,
As ngayon, medyo, kalmado pa yung laro natin. It's tied at 3. As we have Portia Lim on attack, pero nasa leon ng COMELEC. Sabas. Lim again, nasa ni Dan. Javen, isa pa sa kabilang corner naman. Angat pa rin. Long rally. Pero yun na. Binabaan na ni De Los Santos.
Sandra. Ano ba yan? Hindi tayo makapatay. But I think they have learned, coming from that first meeting against NCMH, they now know better. Also.
Yes.
They cannot relax dahil kayang-kaya silang i-challenge ng NCMH.
And they know na siguro nung first round ay nagkagulatan pa because they really have no idea. This is a first game ng NCMH, hindi pa sila nagkakakilala. But now probably there's a lot of adjustments as we see Porcelain trying to cross the ball over. Pero ayun na, si Team Merales. But let's see, kaya bang itawid? Natawid ng NCMH yung bola. Javen on the side. Lim again in the center. Ayan na si Dan Gendrauli, pero nasagot yun ni Merales. Mukhang marami tayong long rallies para sa game na to, no? Sabi niyo, may sumigaw sa likod ng Porsche. Narinig natin yon.
Pero wala, hindi umabot.
Hindi umabot. So 5-3 is our score. And now Sandy De Los Santos on the service line for COMELEC. Ang ganda ng service ni Sandra doon. Naiangat ni Perez kanina, no? Pero yun nga lang, medyo bitin. Wala agad tumakbo sa harap.
Every second, it matters.
But if you're NCMH, definitely, sa 14 games na nalalaroin mo ngayon, ang dami mo na sure na lesson na nakuha to prepare you for the next season.
And alam mo yung isang mabubuo pa dyan, as they play together more, yung chemistry.
Yes.
Because I think that's the edge of the other teams. They've been playing together for a while now, so you know that the chemistry is there.
And as Ego crossed that ball over. Ego setting Portia Lim, pero nasa liyo ng COMELEC. Isa pa daw. Pero nandun si Manlapit. De Los Santos, cross court. Ang hirap ngayon ng NCMH kasi si Team Merales nasa likod.
They have to activate John and Lim.
Ayan na, pero maganda yung intentions again, but the execution, nabitin doon si Portia Lim. 7-4 is our score.
Very slow start dito para sa NCMH. 3 points given up para sa COMELEC.
Now, Javen Sabas on the service line. Good receive there by Perez. At on, ayun, yung mga hinahanap nating pangalan.
And using her left to adjust, dahil nasa bandang kaliwa na yung bola. Look at that adjustment.
Ang ganda nung discarded din. Ni Adjo, nakita niya medyo maluwag dun sa zone 5 na yon. Pero eto na, si Dan Gendrauli. And now we have a report from Dana de Guzman. Dana?
Yes, and the COMELEC Suffragette is looking for a comeback after their last appearance on May 4. While during their 2-week break, they mentioned that they were not able to train, of course, to make way for the election season. Now, team captain Jane Newman also shared with me that they only went back to training last Thursday. And now facing NCMH, they are also sitting out 3 of their players due to the election and COMELEC duties that they have. Now for COMELEC, of course, regardless of the team standings now, it remains crucial for them to avoid giving their opponents any chance of outplaying for this match. Back to you.
Thank you, Dana. Wow, what so we are seeing 8-man team for COMELEC right now, no? Dahil kakatapos lang ng proclamation I believe last Saturday for the senators, and I know there's still proclamation happening on Monday for the party list naman. But yeah, I think dalawa lang yung nakatayo. Doon
I
or
think
tatlo?
they have 10 players right now.
Okay, 10 players. But
10, oo. Pero I think yung isang sinabi pa niya, they only started training again last Thursday. And they didn't have a game last weekend, of course, because they were busy. So I guess those are also factors for today's match. Kung gaano kabilis din sila. And sure, pagod yan physically also.
Definitely dahil although mas mabilis yung election ngayon, but I'm sure
yes.
the preparation itself talaga namang I'm sure maraming busy itong mga to.
Pero itong si Jen Rowley, parang miss na miss niya ang paglalaro.
Malaki yung blocker sa harapan, sa gobyerno natin. Okay, again, focus tayo dun sa receive. Kaya naman ibigay, kaya naman pumalo. No? Kung magdadrop ball kayo, yung drop ball kung gusto mong kapitan, dalawang kamay yung gano'n, sa tapon, kasi yung ginagano natin ng bola. Nakaabang na. Every time na binabalik natin ng bola sa kanila, mas mabigat yung balik natin. Kaya kailangan yung atake natin, kaya natin agad patayin yung bola. Ha? Oh, sure.
1, 2, 3, release! Warriors!
As we see Coach Arnaldo Dino calling that timeout, a few reminders for the Wellness Warriors dahil lumalayo ang COMELEC. Now as we see, this is Nocon. Odds Nocon doing the service for COMELEC. Mirales. Back to Nocon. Sandy de los Santos with that hit. Hinahanap ko. Gusto kong batiin ng maayos yung COMELEC headed by Commissioner Chairman Erwin Garcia. Congratulations po sa buong COMELEC at sa lahat also ng department, no, na talagang nag-assure that this is going to be a successful and peaceful election.
Meanwhile, itong si Danica trying to make sure makakuha sila ng puntos.
Of course, if you're COMELEC, kilala natin to na ayaw na nilang umabot sa 5 sets tong laro na to. Parang hindi pa kami nagpapahinga ng maayos, Jess and Ann.
Oo, kaya
Parang,
kung maaari lang.
Kung maaaring matapos natin to ng maaga, ay gagawin nila as they're still on the lead. 13-6. Si Odds Nocon still on the service line.
Pero si NCMH, kung pwedeng makagulo
Oh,
sa
yes.
standings, bakit hindi?
Why not? Diba? Ang mantra nga daw nila lagi ay nothing to lose, everything to gain.
Totoo naman yan. Tinan mo, John, left and right,
Yes.
pwedeng ipampalo.
Talagang hahanapan pa rin ng butas. And I think this is what makes this NCMH exciting for next season. No? Kasi nakita ko, I started covering UVL last season. BFP, of course, AFP yung nag-champion nun. But now looking at the teams, BFP, AFP, PNP, I was so surprised how the team has improved talaga.
And like what we were talking about earlier, no? Sabi mo nga, even the players really see the difference. And
Yes.
it must feel good. Kasi
Yes.
pinaghihirapan nila yan. It's
Correct.
the regular trainings that, they have to commit to on top of their day job.
And as we
Yung iba pala hindi day job.
Oo nga.
Iba night shift.
Night
Oo,
shift.
pero nakakapag-ensayo.
Yung iba, mga 12 straight
Oo,
duties,
yes.
ganon. As we see a good service from Dan Jandrauli. COMELEC, inangat yung bola. Nakalusot pa. Si Jane, nakatalikod niyang binato yung bola na yon.
Napapalakpak siya sa tuwa because that went over.
15-7. Again, this is our second game of a triple header this Sunday afternoon. Pero ang saya, no, medyo, maganda na yung weather natin today.
Oh yeah.
Hindi na sobrang init.
Hindi na sobrang init. Although there are, ang aga,
Oo.
the rain is already there.
Pero parang nag-iinit pa rin. Itong dalawang teams natin ngayon, COMELEC is starting to pull away. 16-7, Dan Jandrauli on service, but it's too much this time. If you are NCMH, no, ano yung mga bagay na kailangan mong definitely work on and i-develop for the next season? As we have substitution.
First of it to the substitution.
So Flores will be in, Costillas will be in. Mira, I believe that's Ego sitting for now, and Sanchez.
I think for most of these teams, no, yung consistency and the way that they play. But that's something that you get also over time.
And
Regular
sabi
trainings.
ni Coach Dino, these players, most of them daw, first time sa gantong liga. So I'm sure yung adjustment
Oh yeah,
ay malaki.
Tapos may mga camera pa. And then, syempre, it's a mix of players. No? So, some of the players pa, syempre, have stopped playing for a while. You have to revisit again yung ating mga muscle memory sa larong volleyball.
As Teen Merales wasn't able to get that point for NCMH. 18-8 ang score natin. So, have a substitution. Reyes coming in and Perez uupo muna for the meantime. 18-8, Jane Yumang on the service line for COMELEC. Good reception there by NCMH. Costillas, tinalon yung bola. Akala ko papaluin.
Oo nga, made it too easy for COMELEC.
At Razos, naitawid. Mirales trying, but Razos is there. Yumang. Sabas, but si Adjo nakaabang sa likod.
Oh, not a very strong start for Mirales. Very unlikely.
Yes. And si Mira, sabi ni Coach Dino, time first daw. As we listen to Coach Arnaldo Dino for this timeout.
Walang intensity sa loob ng game. No? Nakita nyo lang lumaki yung lamang, wala na yung ginagawa. Bigyan natin ng anto, kahit na malaki yung lamang, kunin natin bawat isang punto. Yun lang naman yun eh. Depensa, tapos set, yung palo. Okay? Pawin natin, malapit lang. Ha? Hindi bibigay. Yo!
Coach Arnaldo Dino, oo nga naman, parang hindi naman mainit, no? Pero nakukulangan siya sa intensity nitong laro ng NCMH ngayon. Very unusual even for Teen Merales as we see Zane Yumang giving that point to Wellness Warriors. 19-8.
Minsan hindi lang din sa amount of points no, but for the coaches, they look at the body language of the team. And yung ang sinasabi nga natin, minsan kahit magkamali ka, okay lang naman dahil tao lang. But yung pagbawi has to be immediate. It's just in their case right now, they are throwing so many points.
The effort should be there, but Costillas, medyo too much yung energy or yung attack doon sa huling play na yon, no? Now, this is Sandy De Los Santos. Wow, this is second service error for COMELEC. Parang yung dalawang teams natin ngayon, the body language is very different. This is a very different COMELEC.
Mabagal, no?
Mabagal pa.
I recall one team saying medyo parang diesel sila. O baka today ganun din, parang diesel, matagal mag-warm, matagal mag-init.
Nagpapainit pa. As we see Portia Lim scoring for NCMH. And ito yung sinasabi ni Coach Dino, no? Bawat puntos pagtrabahuhan. They have to earn every point as well. Hindi yung pinamimigay lang nila yung puntos, especially for COMELEC. Muntik pa yung service na yan.
Buti nasungkit ni Sandy.
As Adjon scoring for Wellness Warriors. So ito yung mga pangalang titingnan natin, no? Si Adjon, si Portia, and Merales for NCMH. But a service error there for Flores. 21-12. Parang kung gaano kabagal yung first game, first set natin. Hindi ko alam kung jinx ba natin. But ngayon medyo okay naman to. Okay naman yung set na to.
For NCMH, 9 out of the 21 points galing sa kanilang error. Kaya rin siguro kanina, no, si Coach had to call a timeout.
Yes. Dahil umpisa pa lang and you don't want to start that way. Flores. Adjon. Na-save ni Sandy but now giving a free ball for NCMH. Flores again. Adjon aatake. Ang ganda ng reception ni Sabas. Mirales. Flores setting up Costillos. But si Jay nandun sa likod. Sabi ni Dan, isa pa. Pero, ang naset si Costillas,
Sabi niya, thank you sa regalo.
yung set na yon para kay Dan pero umover. So si Costillas yung pumalo, but the opportunity for Dan Gendrauli na talagang, ano ba tawag doon? I-drop
It
na lang.
was a really strong drop
Yes,
ball.
strong drop ball.
Hindi palo eh.
22-12, pero wow. I think this is the third service error, tama ba?
Yeah, for COMELEC.
For COMELEC. Unusual errors for this team.
Andyan na rin siguro yung pagkakampante because they have such a big lead.
Yes. They have a lot of space, kumbaga. Pero, again, if you're COMELEC, gusto mo magpahinga agad, you want to finish it as much as possible.
And I think it's because they just came back after a weekend
long break, yes.
long break, we can say that. Gusto mo itong game na to, ito yung mag-uumpisa ng momentum mo ulit. So you want it to be at least good movement para sa team, no? So that it carries over to the next meeting.
And this is their 13th game out of 14 for the eliminations. Definitely, they want to win this game to make sure na dahil nagkakagulo na yung top 3 natin. They're all tied at 10-2. So now, definitely, a win here will place them at the first.
And after kasi nito semis na eh.
Yes.
So it's a very important phase, sabi nga natin, no, in our season.
As that single block by Dan Gendrauli giving them a match point for our first set. Medyo mabilis yung ating first set ngayon, 24-13. This is Razos on the service line. Received by Adson. Adson aatake. At pinalitan ni Dan Gendrauli.
Sabi ni Dan, anong nangyari dito? Anong nangyari doon? Sumobra. Inis na inis siya.
Kasi parang dalawa silang magre-receive. Napalo ni Javen. So yun nga, no, medyo slow. Pasensya na po kayo. Kami din medyo nadadala lang din kung anong nangyayari sa harapan namin ngayon. But that's Manuel crossing over the ball. Mirales with an attack. Pero nasagot yun ni Javen. De Los Santos, free ball. Adjon. Ooh. Unlikely miscommunication. At ganun-ganun lang. That's our first set already. 25-14. Wow, parang nagmamadali nga tong COMELEC, no? That's how they want to finish this ball game. And wag po kayong aalis. We'll be back. This is UVL Season 3, Win in Sports, Win for Charity. Adjon again, Lim, and I think that is Costillas for NCMH. Meanwhile, for COMELEC, we have Nuval, Aisom, Gendrauli, we have De Los Santos, Yumang, Razos, at yung nagpalit, I think that's Lopez. 20 minutes, one set. I think our fastest, if I'm not mistaken, 15 ata. In 15
Oh, for the whole...
for the whole set. I think we had that 2 games ago. 2 days, yeah.
Yun ang nagmamadali. May lakad talaga
And
sila
I think that was with
pagkatapos.
PNP and NCMH, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, now we'll see if there are adjustments, in the roster.
But we can never be sure. Remember, yung first meeting ng dalawang teams na to, first 2 sets nakuha ng COMELEC, pero pagdating ng 3rd and 4th set, nakuha ng NCMH. Kaya nag-5th set. As De Los Santos, maagang free ball para sa NCMH. Pero nakita ni referee, no, na dinakot ni De Los Santos yung bola over the net.
Sandy is like, umover na eh. But I guess yung attempt din ng attacker no, on the side of NCMH helped.
So Mirales on the service line. Good receive by Razos. As we see, Mirales setting up Porcelain. Pero bitin.
I think for Lim, ano, na medyo nasa likod yung bola eh. Ang hirap ibaon if it's not in front of you.
And this is, I think, the third time already that same thing happened nung dalawa nung first set. And then ngayon, isa starting the second set. Dan Gendrauli on the service line. Akala nila mag-outside.
Well, it
Tumamasan.
medyo pumina sa pumina sa tape ng net eh. And I think there was confusion because ang dami nila dun sa middle. Oh. There's one player who kind of moved up.
Yes.
So it confused the people at the back.
So, Porcelain with a good receive. Flores serving. Porcelain aatake, pero ang ganda ng receive ni Gendrauli.
Oh.
Si Abby. Parang nakita natin yung same scenario kanina.
Oo, pero mahirap naman yung ginawa ni Noval. I mean, dikit talaga sa net,
Yes.
ano? He had to reach for it. Sayang because upon landing, doon pa siya pero ng net infraction.
So you have Costillas getting the ball over. Noval.
Bawi agad.
And that's how, kung kanina first game natin, si Romo yung silent operator. Dito sa COMELEC, normally itong si Noval.
She's not one of the tallest players, but, sabi nga natin, maaasahan.
Yes. Very efficient. At si Costillas hitting that from the back row. Eto na naman, si Abby Noval.
Sabi niya, I may not be that tall, but I can jump. You see the leaping ability is there.
So now 4-2 is our score. Jane Yumang still on the service line. Costillas with a good receive. Flores. Pinalo na naman sa back row. Yumang serving Sandy. Alam mo, parang tinatarget nila si Costillas, no?
Well, it is working so far.
I think same spot for the last 3 plays para sa COMELEC.
And if you're hitting from the middle, you can't really hit the ball straight. Eh. So you'd always look for those two sides. Yun ang ginagawa ni Sandy.
Another service ace for Jane Yumang. 4-0 run ang tinatakbo ng COMELEC at the moment. Flores. Portia, binigay yung bola sa COMELEC. At si Adjon, siya naman ngayon yung susungkit ng konti at nagpupuntos para sa NCMH.
She was in a better position to put that over.
Zulueta with a good service. Yumang serving Sandy. Sabi ni Mirales, wait lang. And Adjon with another same spot. Actually, same style.
Oh, she is going for the drop balls. I think tinitignan din niya yung coverage in front. Walang tao.
Other service, Gendrauli. Yumang setting up Razos. Lim with atake, pero nandun sa likod si Gendrauli. Abby. Flores. Adjon again. And still good.
Right now, for NCMH, it is Adjon carrying the load, the attacking load.
Look at that attack over Sandy De Los Santos. Dahil medyo tahimik, no? Tahimik pa si Tin Mirales
Yeah.
in this
Only
moment.
2 points so far. Adjon with 6. And si Adjon yung sinasabi natin kanina, okay to He can hit from the left hand or the right. And yung power nung left meron, right on cue.
Ayan na nga.
Ginamit yung kaliwa.
Pero nandun si Abby. Flores setting up Porcelain. But andun si Noval at si Sandy. Sabi ni Abby, ako naman.
Oo, and yun, ginawa niya ng paraan but found a way to score. Medyo alanganin din yung set.
Ang galing pinadulas niya dun sa blocker. Yung bola. 7-5 is our score. Si Coach Alan, pag tinatanong ko yan dati, pag ako'y nagko-courtside, lagi siyang tsamba lang. Pero 7-game winning streak.
Humble. Yan ang pagka binibigyan ng compliment. Ay,
Oo. Lagi siyang tsamba lang daw yung 7-game winning streak nila. As we have a point for NCMH this time. 7-6. Eto na, dumidikit ang Wellness Warriors dito sa second set. Portia Lim on the service line. Good reception there by Abby. Si Mirales naman ang pupuntos. Eto na, ngumingiti na siya.
Oo, sabi niya, ito na. Naka-warm up
Gising
na
na,
ako.
gising
But
na.
I think what is working for NCMH, their drop balls.
Yes.
The coverage of COMELEC parang has not adjusted yet to that.
As we see that good service. Pero si Abby nagmamadali. Buti na block ni Mirales at Adjon. Flores. Mirales papaluin but medyo napalakas. As we have a report from Dina de Guzman. Dina?
Jesanan, for Wellness Warriors with 2 games remaining this season, both the coaches and the players still believes in their ability to secure a victory in UVL Season 3. Now they recognize the potential within their team. However, closing out games has proven be a challenge. Now when I spoke with Coach Dino, he noted that they are struggling on mental toughness as they need to learn not just to win a set, but also the game itself. Now during their huddle before coming into this set, not much was said by Coach Dino, but just encouraging words. Bawi, ingay sa loob, and enjoy. He also joked about their reward if they win this match. This is none other than 4 boxes of pizza and ice-cold soft drinks for the team. Now back to our panel.
Thank you, Dana. Parang, Coach, pwedeng kasama kami dun sa boxes of pizza.
Kahit hindi, pwede nang Coach, narinig namin, meron pala.
Coach, baka nandyan na.
Nakapag-merienda muna, Coach.
And I think for Coach Dino, again, taking all the lessons in, mental toughness is something that you don't learn right away.
Oo, and yung sinasabi natin, like team chemistry, yung mental toughness, of course, iba Iba yung mindset ng players dapat. And for some who may have played in the past, but you have stopped, 'di ba? Kailangan mo ulit yun Kailangan mo siyang sanayin ulit. Nakakapit ka and reaction, how you respond to these pressure-packed moments.
And it's, I think, again, by experience, that you develop that mental toughness by, again, closing out games, closing out sets, then eventually closing out games. But I think with how they are performing, may mga bright spots naman. So I think next season, I won't be surprised kung sobrang iba na itong NCMH because that was also how other teams started.
Yeah, especially if the team can be intact, talagang you'll see the growth and the development of each one.
And we're talking about NCMH, but at the same time, yung COMELEC in this set, hindi rin sila nakakalayo. This is 10-9 ang score natin, 1 point lang ang lamang at binawi na agad yun ni Team Mirales. So now we're tied at 10.
For NCMH, these simple adjustments, they've been digging well. So defense-wise, mas maayos ngayon and more balance when it comes to offense. Kanina kasi si Adjon lang yung pumupuntos.
And ito yung sasabihin natin, it's only a matter of time. As we see Coach Alan Newmang on screen. But then Dan Gendrauli almost missing that service. Eto na si Costillas. Pero nandun yung dalawang matangkad sa harap ng COMELEC. Mirales. Gendrauli, but Abby from the back row. Si Flores, hindi nakita ni Zoleta na sa kanya sinet yung bolang yon.
But Flores taking accountability for that lapse. Sabi niya, ako yun ko.
So 10-11, nothing to worry about at this moment. This is, I think, a better set.
Oh, definitely a better set for NCMH.
Yes. And look at that. But it's outside. Nakita na ng COMELEC. Medyo malakas yung palo ni Costillas at that point. Now, this is a Shaila Tan serving for COMELEC. 10-12 is our score. Flores. Merales. Ayan na. Nagsisimula na si Tin Merales.
That was fast. Ano? Now, 6 points here in this match. She did not produce much in set number 1.
Pero bumabawi dito sa ating second set. As that's an ace for Tin Merales. Diesel.
Diesel eh. Medyo tumagal lang yung kanyang pag-warm up.
Kaya lang, eto yung sinasabing nababawian sila ng mga service errors na yon. 13-12. But you know, with yung intensity ng game natin talagang medyo mabagal at this point, no? But hindi rin malayo yung score natin as Jen Drowley on the service line for COMELEC. Yumang, Abinoval, aatake. Flores, sabi ni Lim, isa pa! Pero nandun si Jen. Flores. Mirales, free ball. Yumang, Sandy, drop ball, pero nandun si Lim. Si Lim, hinahanapan na lang niya ng butas yung bola. But Abinobal at wala. Yun ang nakahanap ng butas.
Siya ang nagwagi when it comes to closing out, getting that point rather.
Ako minsan nagiging tongue twister sa akin yung pangalan ni
Jen.
Dan Jendrauli. Danica Jendrauli. Nagiging Jen siya sa akin eh.
For short.
Jane as Abinobal. Soft touch. Pero nandun si Flores. Mirales from the back row. Abinobal again.
Oh.
Pero meron tayong
net fraction. I think, you know, by now, diyan nagkaka-error si Nuvala. She can really attack, definitely, because she can jump high. Pero kapag dikit na dikit sa net, doon siya nahihirapan.
Siyempre, yung law of inertia, kumbaga, hirap niyang pigilan yung sarili niya. As Ajon, pero nandun si Danica. Mirales from the back row. Flores, Ajon na atake uli. Pero si Danica talagang nakaabang dun sa likod. Free ball for NCMH. Flores setting up Portia. Talaga namang dinadrop ball na lang ni Ajon. Talagang isa pa daw sa kabila naman pero nakaabang pa rin itong COMELEC. Long rally. Flores. Ajon.
Oh.
Pero outside.
Was
Errors again.
You know, the intention was there. Kasi wala talagang tao eh.
Yes.
Had it landed on the sideline. Pero,
Napalakas lang ng konti.
and she was already facing that side. So, medyo mahirap, no? If you want the ball to go in, you have to get it from the topmost point of the ball.
15-13 is our score. Jane Yumang on screen. Nasagot ni Costales. Flores setting up Portia Lim. Pero eto na naman yung atake ni Portia Lim. As Coach Dino calling for another timeout.
Walang pinagkaiba sa isyon. Ang habol na sa ibabaw, kuha, mahaba. Kasi ginagawa mo, pag tama ng bola rito, nahatak mo agad. Kaya sumusubsub agad yung bola. Mahaba na siya. Kanto-kanto na ang laban na yun. Ha? Pero mabilis. Okay? O, tatlo lang yung huwag yung pabayaan. Ha? Ganda lang depensa natin. Gandahan nyo pa. Let's go!
Wellness Warriors!
Coach, gusto lang, paalala lang kay Lim, how to get the ball to clear the net, because I think that's been the problem. No? She's unable to let the ball clear the net, and unfortunately at this point she has committed already 4 errors in the match but only scored 2 so far, so hopefully mahabol niya, mabawi niya.
And I think those are 4 errors coming from the same error yun, yung hindi niya ma-get across yung bola sa net. Look at that. COMELEC still saving the ball, pero wala na. Tatlong touches na. So 14-16 is our score. Hindi malayo. This is a better set than the first one.
Definitely for NCMH, a much better set.
As a Suzette Zaleta getting that ball over. Yumang setting up Abby. Pero si Costillas na-receive ng maganda yung bola. Mirales from the back row. Yumang again. Sandy this time aatake. And it's good.
Would have been a point for COMELEC either way, you know, because of the net infraction and that attack.
You know, if you're COMELEC, definitely, if you're Coach Alan Yumang, you shouldn't be happy at this point. Dahil hindi kayo makalayo dun sa NCMH. And I think most of this, dahil nga medyo yung facing, no, ang bagal pa nung laro ng bola, nung takbo ng bola natin ngayon.
But like what they said, ano, Thursday lang ulit nag-ensayo itong COMELEC.
Pagod pa.
Oo, medyo pagod pa. And actually, sabi nga, no, hindi pa rin tapos. That's why they're missing some players because they're still...
May proclamation pa sa Monday.
Oo, marami pang gagawin. Hindi pa tapos, kumbaga.
Definitely, yung mga post-election, marami pa yung kailangang ayusin. But look at that attack from Adjon. Sandra to Sandra ang naging nangyari, pero si Adjon ang nagwagi that time. 15 for NCMH. Dalawa na lang yung hinahabol nila dito sa COMELEC. Orshalim.
Oh, what a serve!
What a serve! And normally, nakapwesto si Danica. But this time, naisahan siya ngayon ni Portia.
Saka, hindi naman pumipina yung serve, eh. Right there at the net. That's a tough one to receive.
Isa pa, pero ngayon, mas ready na si Gendrauli. But Adjon, yung mga patapik-tapik nila ni Adjon, no, talagang nakakakuha siya ng puntos doon. And now we're tied at 17. Good serve again by Portia. Pero si Abby, sabi niya, ako naman ang aatake this time.
And, you know, crucial point dahil nag-tie na sila with NCMH.
And feeling ko nabubuhayan na dito yung NCMH na.
Oh, yeah.
Pwede naman pala sa kaming lumapit. Again, remember, the first meeting was a 5-setter, but what a service ace for Abby Noval.
Eight points for Noval.
I told you, silent operator. Itong si Abby Noval.
Blocking na lang yung kulang sa kanyang stats. Ano? She has 6 attacks, 2 aces.
And tatawid yung bola ng COMELEC. Flores setting up Tim Merales. Nakakita ng butas doon sa harap ni Abby Noval.
Sabi nga natin, yun ang mga palong baon.
Ang hirap tanggapin ng mga ganong atake.
Just behind the attack line ang landing ng bola.
18-19. Yumang. Yun lang. Kinapos doon si Danica.
She is left-handed. So, bitin para sa kanya, no? Kailangan niyang
Hindi pa
habulin.
siya nakapwesto nung binigay sa kanya yung set ni Jane. So now we're tied at 19. Adjon on the service. So far, may tatawid ba ng COMELEC? Free ball para sa Wellness Warriors. Ito na naman si Tin Merales. But this time, pangiti na lang si coach na.
Well, dikit pa naman. It's not a huge lead. They will be on the receiving end. And they've been quite steady, you know, with their first ball.
Brazos on the service line. Flores. Merales with a drop shot. Pero, ayun na. Nakaisa na siya.
Oo. Actually, parang maaabot yung bola eh. But the COMELEC team, parang di nakuha agad, di nabasa agad.
Tied agad at 20. Ang ganda ng pag-receive ni Noval doon. Sandy. Danica. Angat ang COMELEC. Mirales, papaluin. At nakakalusot.
Oo. Minsan hindi talaga kailangan malakas. Kailangan maganda lang yung pacing.
Dahil dyan, first time natawag ng timeout ni Coach Alan Yumang of COMELEC. Let's listen in.
Pasa tayo, set tayo ng maayos ha. Kayong nasa loob, kayo nasa loob eh. Ayaw nyo ba dyan? Magsabi kayo kung ayaw nyo, papalitan namin kayo. Binibigyan namin kayo ng chess na nasa loob, maglaro kayo ng maayos. Okay? Sige lang, pasa lang tayo siya.
Dito ka palagi nang galing pagsabi ko sa down. Di ba ang dapat mo galing dito, patras, ikaw dito ka nang gagaling papunta doon. Dapat dito. Kaya naman ang cover ni Danny kaya ni. Cross court, sino defense sa cross court, ha? Go, go, go.
Sobra! Yes! Go tayo! Go tayo!
Of course, we're back to our ball game. Nakita ni Coach Alan na kailangan niya nang mag-time out dahil nakalamang na ang NCMH in this set, 21-20.
But really, the improvement in offense on the part of NCMH, malaking bagay. No? They only produced 8 in set number 1. They're now at 14.
Yes. But look at that, 22. Dahil, I think is it a violation from the COMELEC? Babalik na si Perez for NCMH. Feeling ko yung rotation din ngayon ng COMELEC, no? Dahil limited manpower, but unfortunate service error para kay Keps Flores. Bawi na lang daw, sabi ni Coach.
Okay lang, hindi naman na galit na galit.
Yes.
Dahil hindi naman din malayo.
Yes.
Because they still have this 1-point lead. They also have a good rotation at the moment with Mirales in the front line.
Yes.
They will get a chance to attack, and I suspect that, of course, they'll be setting to Mirales.
Flores, eto na nga. Pero si Yumang na isave ang bola. Javen, bibigyan ng free ball ang Wellness Warriors. Flores, setting up Tin Mirales again. Ayun na nga. Nahuli si Shaila Tandon.
And we expect that they'll almost always, go to her. We're talking about Mirales when she's in front.
Since nandun na siya sa harap, syempre, you want to take advantage of that opportunity. 23-21. Tin Mirales serving. Ganda ng service na yon. But Javen Sabas, look at that. They're at the match point. 24-21. And that calls for Coach Alan Yumang for another timeout. Makinig tayo.
May doubt lang muna tayo ng isa. Tapos sino mag-service sa susunod? Huli natin. Kaya natin yan. Sige lang. Pamasa lang muna. Side out na tayo siya.
Tatlo rumisip ka. Kaya pinaswit na dyan, kailangan ko rumisip ka. Kayong dalawa. Dani ka, yung dito sa second 5 mo.
Cover nyo na yung local.
Sabi tayo. Sobra! Yes! Go tayo! Lapit! Lapit!
Look at that. You're seeing NCMH at set point in our set number 2. Sabi nga ni Coach Alan, isang magandang receive lang. And they were able to do that. Let's see how they will convert this. Pero buhay pa ang bola. Naitawid ni Porcelain. Jendrauli. Yun yung sinasabi ni Coach Alan.
They just need that one. But this also means bawal kasi silang mag-error na, no? Otherwise, NCMH can close out the set.
Yes. But at 24-22, hindi pa tapos. Dahil alam naman natin ang COMELEC, kayang humabol sa mga gantong pagkakataon. But Adjon, papaluin from the back row. Yumang, tinaas yung bola. Nuval. Flores ngayon. Porcelain, atake. Nasagot ni Jendrauli. Isa pa from Avi Nubal. Costillas. Buhay pa yung bola. Sabas, free ball for NCMH. Flores, Portia Lim. Isa pa daw, pero bibigyan ng free ball ang COMELEC. Yumang setting up Javen. And that's in. That's a point for COMELEC. 24-23. Ngayon si Coach Dino naman ang tatawag ng timeout. Let's listen in.
Pagbigay sa atin ng bola, siguradong magandang bola, takas ang bola, hintayin nyo munang umangat sa kanyang atakihin. Kasi walang diin yung palo eh. Ganun yung palo natin. Pakan nyo ng todo, isa't isa lang yan eh. Papatay sa atin o papatay sa kanila. Kasi yung ginaganon lang natin. Ha? Sige, let's go. Punta tayo.
1, 2, 3, wellness! Warriors!
And we're back to our ball game. Pareho tayong natawa dun sa sound effects ni Coach Arnaldo doon, no?
Oh, in short, ayaw niya ng palo na hindi command.
Yes.
Gusto niya ng mas authoritative point. But itong COMELEC, ito yung sinasabi nating kapit, really holding on to this set. Parang hindi na to bago sa atin ngayong araw na ito. Nag-extend the set.
Hindi ko alam kung anong nangyayari, but we love this. We are now on an extended second set. Jen Drowley on the service line. Ang ganda ng receive ni Mirales doon. Portia Lim. Pero outside, ngayon naman, medyo malakas yung palo nitong ni Portia.
She's struggled here in this set, giving up more errors than points earned.
Alam mong seryoso na dahil nakatayo na si Coach Alan at this point.
Hindi siya naninigurado.
Yes. Mirales from the back row. Yumang setting up Sabas. Nasagot ni Mirales. Flores. Buhay pa yung bola. Binoval. Ba't nandun si Flores? Costillas. Long rally. Abby to Mirales. Flores, binalik kay Mirales. Yumang at si Abby, tapos na. Sabi niya, tama nito. And that, what a comeback from COMELEC. 26-24 is our score for our second set, no? Napangiti na si Coach Alan Yumang. And wag po kayong aalis. We will be right back. This is UVL Season 3, Win in Sports, Win for Child. Natin yung sinasabing yung closing out games for NCMH, yun pa yung something that they really have to work on in the next few games, maybe in the next season. Kasi nauna silang naka 24 nung second set. Hinabol lang talaga ng COMELEC 24-21 hanggang nagtuloy-tuloy itong COMELEC, and that really says about the discipline at yung composure talaga nitong Suffragettes.
Chemistry is there, definitely, no? Para sa koponan ng COMELEC. And we always go back to that. I think it's because it's during these crucial points that you see the players can handle the pressure.
Yes.
At saka yung mental toughness, no? Yung sinasabi rin nga for NCMH, that's what they need to develop. Dito sa COMELEC, hindi ako give up, di ba?
Yeah.
Kahit 1 point na lang, mako-close na ng NCMH.
And now we are starting our third set as Danica Gendrauli. Talagang maaga pa lang. Parang gusto nga niyang magpahinga, no? Talagang sabi niya, sige na. The earlier, the better. Dahil alam natin, baka may trabaho pa rin sila after this.
Pero alam mo, yan yung sabik maglaro.
Oo.
Pero ayaw patagalin. Yan.
And good block there by Danica as Abby Noval. Pero gumaganda, no? Yung reception din ng NCMH, nakikita natin, nasasagot na nila yung mga mabibigat na atake nitong COMELEC. Gendrauli again with that soft touch. Minsan nagkakailangan pa itong NCMH. It was a miscommunication on the part there of Ajon and Flores. Nagkatinginan sila kung sinong kukuha.
And those are the simple things, ano? Simple things na minsan nagkakaroon ng laps.
As a Javen Sabas, medyo overpowering. Feeling ko gusto niyang targetin doon yung zone 4 pero overpowering. Medyo malakas ng konti.
If cross court and she was already, yun yung danger, no? If you're already facing that angle, high chances for the ball to go long.
As a service ace by Sandra Ajon. Gusto ko yung lineup natin. Meron talaga siyang pronounced as Ajon. Good job sa ating mga writers.
Yeah, because
Dahil,
it guides you.
yes.
Ano? Of course, we also want to address our
Correct.
players correctly.
minsan pag may hindi ako alam, tinatanong ko, tama ba yung pag-pronounce ko ng pangalan mo? But
At
here,
saka, si Ai, pinapakinggan ko kung paano i-produce.
correct. Pero si Ai sana ay wag gumana yung kanyang agimat, no?
Yun din ang sabi ng COMELEC. Kasi
Oo.
gusto ng COMELEC. Pero for NCMH naman, ang hinihingi nila,
Gagana.
Ai, paganahin
Oo.
naman.
Si Ai Elma po ang ating Coliseum announcer. Pangalan po niya ay Ai 5 sets.
Kaya inaasahan ng NCMH na gumana naman in their favor today si Ai. Si Ai talaga.
Si Ai talaga. And tied at 3 again for our early in this set. Si Jane Yumang, no? Kinalabit yung bola dun sa kabila. Jane. Gendrauli from the back row. Flores setting up Team Merales. Pero hindi nakatawid yung bola.
Second set was very good for Ting.
Yes.
She was more consistent, warmed up already as opposed to set number 1. Ito, sabi ni Tin, tao lang din nakakamali. She's been consistent.
Yes.
Since set number 2.
But definitely itong COMELEC, parang pag nasimula na rin nila, ang hirap na rin mag-stop. Gendrauli again from the back row. Pero nasagot ni Portia. Costales, makikipag-agawan kay Nova. But look at that. Medyo hindi ready doon. Si, I think that's number 12. Si Nocon. Tied at 4. Good service by Flores. Jane Yumang setting up Sabas. And it's good.
Abas scoring off the block.
Ito na naman tayo sa mga di kitang puntos nitong COMELEC and NCMH. Sobrang malayo dun sa first set nila. But Flores now setting up. But, oops, medyo miscalculation doon kay Perez.
I think that was tough for Perez.
6-4. Jane Yumang now on the service line for COMELEC. Flores. Mirales, papaluin. Nasalo ni Danica. Nuval, may buwelo. Pag may buwelong ganon, alam mo na eh.
And, mataas talaga siya tumalon. You see the explosive jump
Yes.
is there that allows her to, really hit the ball properly.
At yung angulo ng katawan, alam mong may bigat.
The wind up, yung
Yes.
wind up ng kanyang arm, to get some power.
Mirales, pero hindi na nakuha doon ni Gendrauli. 7-5 is her score. COMELEC still leading by 2. Now it's Tin Mirales on the service line for NCMH. Good receive by Noval. Manlapit, pero bitin. Masyadong malapit si Manlapit dun sa net.
Some errors right here for COMELEC.
At a good service there by Tin Merales. Talagang tinarget niya si Noko. Nakita niya medyo alanganin yung pwesto. So now we're tied at 7.
And usually, for servers, you try to avoid the good receivers.
Yes. Jendrauli, aatake mula sa likod.
Oh! Ito yung never take your eyes off the ball. Nuval was moving to her spot but took her eyes off the ball. Tumalikod siya eh.
At ang ganda, saktong-sakto yung pag-dive doon ni Sandra Adzon. As we have a report from Dana de Guzman. Dana?
Jessen and COMELEC's main gunner, Dan Jendrauli, admitted that the last few weeks was very busy but fulfilling for the COMELEC Suffragettes. And even though they have missed team trainings, Jendrauli continued to keep herself in condition by doing individual workouts herself. Now that they are playing without their main libero, Sarmiento, she also prepared herself mentally that they will have to work double time when it comes to their defense, acknowledging that service receive and floor defense is what they were lacking on the extended second set. Now, speaking of receive, coaches are also challenging their imports before coming into this set. If kaya nyong kunin ang first ball, akuin nyo na. Now, let's head into this timeout.
First ball, receive muna tayo. Diba? Tapos yung bumabalik na atake, hindi naman malakas, pati hindi tayo makadepensa. Asa likod naman yung number 8 eh. Okay? Sige lang, kaya yan. Pag ganyan pag-isip kayo tulad doon, inangat yung bola, tsaka ka pumasok. Huwag kang sumaksak doon, wala pa yung set eh. Hindi nyo mapapalo ng matino yun. Okay? Import, tumulong na kayo sa receive. Abi.
Ajay, porsyento ka muna. Kailangan natin makuha itong coaches na para mag-iwan.
Sobra! Let's!
As we hear Coach Alan Yumang reminding everyone dahil nga ang laking factor no, na wala kang maayos na setter at wala ngayon si Sarmiento and they have to fill that spot for her. Lalo na ngayon at talagang dikitan, I think that's a big factor for COMELEC.
Actually, libero duties, dyan mafe-feel yung gravity, dahil they man whatever spot. May weight syempre dun sa inyong depensa. And now, the imports are being asked to step up.
Medyo may isang tawag doon si Coach Alan na inaddress ni Jane. And now our score is 10-8 lamang pa rin yung NCMH. This is Javen Savas on the service line. Mirales. Si Flores, sinuntok na lang yung bola. Buti na itawid. Flores again. Serving Costillas rather. And it's a good.
Chance for COMELEC to
Pero outside.
Yeah,
Yung
it is
tira
out.
ni Costillas.
COMELEC has a chance to at least tie it with NCMH.
Let's see. Atake si Portia Lim. NCMH, tinaas yung bola. Pero may pito tayo from our referee.
A double called on that set. Usually, that's what the referees watch out for. Kung gaano katagal yung bola sa kamay mo, lalo na kung sineset.
And now we're tied at 10. Ang ganda naman ng diskarte ni Abby Noval on that one.
12 points for Noval in this game.
And Javen Saba still on the service line para sa COMELEC. Of course, kung ikaw yung COMELEC, gusto mo nang makalayo at matapos itong set na to at itong game na to, no? Jane Yumang. Abby. Nasalo ni Adjon. And this time, this is Costillas scoring for NCMH. Yung factor, no, hindi makalayo yung COMELEC. Dito sa yung last two sets natin, hindi na sila nakalayo after yung first set natin was 8-25. But now, 14-25. Pero ngayon, talagang dikit na itong Wellness Warriors sa COMELEC. As Abby Noval with that attack.
Not so silent anymore, sabi ni Abby. But I think for COMELEC, the reason why hindi sila makalayo, one big adjustment on the part of NCMH, they really improved their offense. So it wasn't just them waiting for COMELEC to make mistakes. Talagang pumupuntos na. It was a good turnaround, no? From 8 attack points, naging 15 doble.
And as we see another attack point from Sandra Adjon. And now we're tied again at 12. Hindi mo napapansin yung game, no? Hindi naman na siya slow. Pero parang tied pa rin sila.
Very tight indeed. But si Danica, sabi ko, teka, ito ilayo na natin.
Eto na. Nasa harap na ako. Ang ganda din ng set doon ni Jane. As we see, we have Chandaman Lapit serving for COMELEC. Good receive there by NCMH. Pero si Mirales aatake. Jane Gendrauli again. Usually pag yun yung combination na Jane Yumang Gendrauli, alam mo na puntos yung kasunod eh. Iba na yung connection ng dalawang to.
Yumang, of course, has been a very steady playmaker for COMELEC.
Manlapit. Flores, inangat yung bola. Adjon. Jane, pinasa sa likod. Javen Sabas. At aatake si Porcelain. Pero nasalo ni Javen. Gendrauli with that good drop. Is that drop shot? You call it drop shot? Or
It wasn't a hit definitely, so it was a drop ball. Look at that.
sorry na.
Very slow and steady, pero inaangat ng COMELEC, no? Isa-isa.
Inuunti-unti nila. And it's not the big hits. Porcelain. Pero nasalo doon ni Sabas. Pero ito daw yung big hit.
Sabi niya, wait lang kayo, guys.
Minsan feeling ko naririnig nila tayo.
Right on cue, wait lang kayo, guys.
As we have another timeout from Coach Arnaldo Dino of NCMH. Makinig tayo.
Ganun na yung service, oh. Well, mataas yung bola eh. Hintayin mo muna bago kayo lumuso. Okay? Ganun naman yung bola eh. Wala namang ganun yung bola eh. Hindi tayo makatake, hindi tayo makaikot. Si Tintin, iikot na. Okay? Bakit tayo? Receive muna ulit. Focus muna tayo sa receive, saka tayo matake. Okay? Go! Huwag mo ganun, pag-alanganin niya, huwag mo ganun isaksak ng bola sa net. Ha? Go!
We're back to our ball game. We heard it, Coach Arnaldo Dino with some reminders for the Wellness Warriors. Dahil nga medyo napapako sila, maiiwan sila dito ng COMELEC. At kanina nga medyo dikitan itong laban natin. As Porcelain with that attack, pero nasagot ni Abby. Knock on for free ball. Flores setting up Adjon. Ang ganda ng coverage ngayon ng COMELEC. Pero si Abby talagang umaatake. Adjon will try again this time. And it's good this time. Si Manlapit natawa. Pasensya na daw, sabi na kay Coach.
Oh, pero, I think this is NCMH also heeding to the call, diba, of Coach. Because sayang yung lamang nila. What they're unable to do is to just play consistently. I think, maganda naman yung pinapakita ng COMELEC, not taking any credit away from them. Pero right now, nothing fancy also eh. They're playing very well, going for yung mga porsyento nila na kung iisipin mo, you've seen NCMH pick up those kinds of attacks, nakakadepensa ng maayos. It's just that na Paco no? Nahirapan silang umusad after that 12 point.
And yun yung sinasabi ni Coach dahil nga yung receive nila no parang nagiging unstable na so nahihirapan yung pag mahirap yung first ball mo ang hirap maka-execute ng play. But let's see how they will continue. Hindi naman malayo, 17-13, apat lang ang lamang ng COMELEC, but this is our third set na good service there by COMELEC. Eto na si Tin, pero nabasa yun ni Jane. Flores, Tin Merales again. At ito yung gusto ni Coach Dino. Pag nasa harap kasi si Merales, they have more chance of converting yung mga plays nila, no?
But they also need to help Flores, diba? For her to be able to set up properly, kailangan yung kanilang first ball ay maganda.
As we can see that I think that is Gendrauli. Yes, Danica again. Yung mga drop ball ni Gendrauli, very effective. Sometimes you don't have to play fancy volleyball eh. And I think we'll be receiving a
Warning. Usually it is the team captain who gets to discuss, talk, clarify with our first referee. Nagkakainitan ng konti, but game will continue.
Of course, if you're Coach Arno Dino, medyo dikit kasi yung laban. Yung mga ganun, yung mga crucial calls. But we continue with our ball game as Jane set it up for Sabas na nakakita ng butas doon sa harap.
This is a more controlled set para dito sa koponan ng COMELEC. They started off slow, but they were able to turn things around. You'll see that the way they move, the plays that they do, the returns that they have, really more polished than it was earlier.
As we have a timeout from Coach Arnaldo Dino of NCMH.
May focus tayo sa loob ng lane. Ano naman yun eh?
That's good.
Huwag niyang bitawan, ha? Huwag niyang bitawan. Hello. Huwag niyang bitawan.
Release! Fire!
And we are back to our ball game. 19-14 is our score. Limang puntos ang lamang ng COMELEC. This is third set. A chance for COMELEC to close this game in straight sets. Gendrauli with a service. Good reception there by NCMH. Merales aatake. Jane Yumang serving it for Abby Noval. And it's good.
Noval doing a lot of damage here. But also Yumang making the right decision in this match.
Alam niya kung kanino niya ibabato yung bola. Alam niya kanino isiset yung play. As another good service by Gendrauli na ang bilis bumalik dun sa back row. Look at that soft touch ni Abby. Kanina kasi yung talon niya na yon, ang lakas ng atake. So ngayon, grabe yung transition. Grabe yung change, Parang how do you do that? On air, magpapalit ka bigla ng, sige.
It's the hang time, diba? But also, itong si Yumang, talagang feeding on the fire dun sa kanyang mga attackers. Pag effective, you go to that attacker. Sayang habang mainit.
Oo. And of course, the attackers not failing Yumang as well. Talagang converting those points. Pero isa pa daw, sabi ni Val. But this time, Merales gaganti ng puntos. 21-15.
Morales is saying, let me stop the bleeding first.
Ba't ang na-miss ngayon dito ng ng NCMH. No? Talagang yung scoring ni Portia Lim, she's not converting that much in this game. I think yun yung kulang for NCMH, except for the others that we've already stated. Now we have a Sanchez on the service line for NCMH. Good receive by COMELEC. Nuval, aatake. Buhay pa yung bola, pero mag-e-error doon si Tin Merales. Hindi na naman niya naitawid yung bola.
Well, she had to adjust, but alanganin talaga, no? The clearance is too low.
22-15 is our score. Yumang on the service line.
Whoa.
At wow. Service ace para kay Jane Yumang. You know, hindi ko alam kung yung body language ba ng NCMH is already showing a white flag. Parang hindi naman, but things are not in their favor at this moment.
It's been tough, ano?
It's been tough.
Tough. More composed itong kilos ng team ng COMELEC.
And look at that. Tapik-tapik na lang yung ginagawa ng COMELEC, pero nakakakuha pa rin sila ng puntos. And they're now at set point. Jane Yumang. Good receive by NCMH. Mirales aatake. At yun, sabi ni Mirales, sige pa, medyo kaya pa nating i-extend ng konti.
And minsan even if it's already tough, like tough in this situation, for as long as kaya mong pahirapan pa ng konti itong COMELEC.
Paghirapan pa nila.
Paghirapan pa nila ma-close itong game na to.
Now, Jendrauli setting up manlapit. Naitawid yung bola. Egok setting up Adzon. Eto na nga, yun yung napakaw. Si Jane Yumang doon. Medyo nagkaroon ng lapse yung sa timing. 24-17. Isa na lang po ang kailangan ng COMELEC. And then Mirales with that service. Manlapit. Naiangat ang bola ng NCMH. Adzon. Sasagutin ni Jendrauli. At isa pa. 3-0 run para sa NCMH. Good receive there by Nuval. Nuval papaluin sa gitna. Egok setting up for Adjon. At makakaisa pa uli. 4-0.
This is what you want to see also. Kahit sabi natin, ang 24, mahirap na yan. Don't raise the flag yet.
Yes.
Kaya pa yung pahirapan and they just need to be consistent.
And so far, medyo maganda yung tinatakbo ng NCMH. Pero isa na lang yung kailangan nitong COMELEC as Jendrauli with that attack. Nasagot pa rin. Egok. Jendrauli again. Sabas with that drop ball. Yun lang pala ang kailangan nila. And this is a dominating win by COMELEC Suffragettes and 3 straight sets. But what a showing also by NCMH Wellness Warriors.
Just, I guess, not enough, but they did challenge COMELEC in this game. I think, sabi nga, nothing to lose, everything to gain.
Yes.
They need to keep that positive mindset.
And of course, everyone showed a good performance para sa COMELEC.